You must have got so many. You must have got so many commitments, but still you are here to hear me. I'm not the eloquent speaker, but I will definitely share my experiences, what I can. Um, what should I do? Should I start with Jai Radha Madhav or should I start straight on the class?
We can go just straight into the talk if you like.
Uh, so I'm reading a text from chapter number 7. Oh, sorry, Canto 7, chapter 9, verse 44. It's called 7-9-44. Should I start?
Sure. I'll
This
go
is
ahead.
a
I'll
this is a
post that in the
prayers.
chat.
This is the prayers from Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsingadev. Prahlad Maharaj was a very exalted devotee of Lord Nrsingadev. His spiritual master was Narad Muni. He was the son of a demon, but his father was demon, but he was a great devotee of the Lord. Now, two contradictory personalities staying in one family, one being exactly opposite of other. His father tried a lot to stop Prahlad worshipping Nrsingadev, but Prahlad's determination and Prahlad's uh, heartfelt desire to serve his personal deities, Lord Nrsingadev, was so powerful that nobody can stop him. So that's the lesson I learned from this chapter, that if you have determination to go on with our service, nobody can stop us except Krishna. If he wants, if we offend the devotees, our service might go away. So this is the verse I'm speaking right now. Before I start reciting this verse, I just want to offer my prayers and my obeisances to my spiritual master. I want to offer my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. I want to offer obeisances to all the spiritual master in disciplic succession. And I want to offer my obeisances to all the spiritual preceptors, our acharyas, in our disciplic succession. So that whatever I can speak align uh, align with what my spiritual master has tried to imbibe in me and what my spiritual master is trying to imbibe in all the population. I hope I don't speak anything away from what he taught me. And I hope I can do the justice to this verse, because this verse is very powerful. The Sanskrit of this verse is Prayana Dev Muniya Rajan Swamimukti Kamaha Maunam Charanti Vijena Na Para Arthanishta Na Etan Vihaya Kripanan Mumuksha Muksha Eko Nanyatad Asya Sharanam Brahmato Anupashe. Translation goes like this by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord Nrsingadev, I see that there are many saintly persons, indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities and towns. They go to the Himalayas or the forest to meditate with the vows of silence, Mauna Vrata. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is the decision of a Vaishnava, the pure devotee of the Lord. For himself, he has no problems, even if he has to stay in this material world, because his only business is to remain in Krishna consciousness. The Krishna conscious person can go even to hell and still be happy. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj said, No dveja paradurataya vaitranya, O best of personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence. The pure devotee is never unhappy in any condition of life. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 6 1 6 17 28. Narayana parasarve nakutaschana bhibyati swarga apavarga narkeshu Api tulya arthadarshina. This is a prayer spoken by Lord Shiva uh, to the Mother Parvati when Mother Parvati cursed Chitraketu, and Chitraketu never responded back. He accepted the curse as it is. Thank you, Mother. However, he was powerful enough to counter curse Mother Parvati. Well, nobody can be more powerful than Mother Parvati. So, but he was a very close associate, a disciple of Lord Shankarsana. So he has also that power to either subdue that curse or at least raise a question, why you're doing this to me. But he never raised any question. He accepted the curse, and he just accepted to be a demon, Vitrasura. And looking at this, Mother Parvati was completely surprised. And with a shocking face, she looked at Lord Shiva. That what is this? I gave him the most powerful and the worst curse I can give to anyone. But still, this person is completely unmoved. And Lord Shiva is saying, devotees of Lord Narayana Parasarve, they never fear of anything. Nakutaschana pipyati. Everything is same for them. Swarga, Apavarga means liberation, even liberation. Or Narka means hell. Of course, we know Swarga. We know Narka. Apavarga means liberation. Everything is equal to them. Api Fulya Artha Darshana. They see everything as insignificant. Nothing matters to them. Period. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Devotees are only interested in the service of Lord. For a devotee, being situated in the heavenly planets and being in the hellish planets are equal. For a devotee lives neither in heaven nor in hell, but with Krishna in the spiritual world. The secret of success for the devotee is not understood by karmis and jnanis. Karmis therefore try to be happy by material adjustment. Jnanis want to be happy by becoming one with Supreme. Devotee has no such interest. He is not interested in so called meditation in Himalayas or the forest. Rather, what is his interest? He wants to be in the busiest part of the world where he teaches people Krishna consciousness. The Krishna consciousness movement was started for this purpose. We do not teach one to meditate in a secluded place so that one may show that he has become very much advanced and may be proud of his so called transcendental meditation. Although he engages in all sorts of foolish materialistic activity. A Vaishnava like Prahlad Maharaj is not interested in such a bluff of spiritual advancement. Rather, he is interested in enlightening the people in Krishna consciousness because that is only way for them to become happy. Prahlad Maharaj says, Nanyam tad asya saranam brahmato anupashye. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. One wanders within the universe, life after life, but by the grace of a devotee, a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can get the clue, a little clue of Krishna consciousness. And then not only become happy in this world, but also return home back to Godhead. That is the real target in life. The members of Krishna conscious movement are not at all interested in so called meditation, where one will only make a show of the cities. Where we only make a show of meditation. Nor are they interested in opening many schools of yoga and meditation in cities. Rather, every member of the Krishna consciousness movement is interested in going door to door to try to convince people about the teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That is the purpose of the Hare Krishna movement. The members of the members of the Krishna consciousness movement must be fully convinced that without Krishna one cannot be happy. This Krishna conscious person avoids all kinds of pseudo spiritualists, transcendentalists, meditators, monists, philosophers, and philanthropists. Okay, so Prabhupada is giving a very important purport and is saying that only the person who is convinced can spread the message of Krishna. We have a pharmacist over here, Shashi, Miss Shashi. She cannot go to the medical store and just give the medication without prior education. She has to go to the 4 years of schooling, doctor schooling, family program, and she has to do pre-pharmacy also. So 4 plus 4, 8 years probably. She has to go to the school. She has to get a certification. She has to go NAPLEX exams, state exams, board exams. And then she should be qualified by the state board that she can be a practiced pharmacist, or she can practice her pharmacy profession. And then she's allowed to give the medications to the people. Similarly, this can also apply in a spiritual consciousness. A person who is convinced by the teachings can only spread Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he may try or she may try to spread the message, but will not continue for the long time. Because we cannot go with the fake faces. We cannot go with the fake life. And there is nothing not to be convinced in Krishna consciousness. There is nothing not to be convinced. If you genuinely follow Srila Prabhupada's program, chanting 16 round, waking up in the morning, well, we're not saying that person who working 13, 14 hours should wake 4 o'clock, but at least 5 o'clock at the most, waking up early in the morning, chanting the rounds, reading Srila Prabhupada books. It's very, very important. If we don't read Srila Prabhupada books, we cannot understand what is given in the books. And if we don't understand what is given in the books, we cannot preach what is given in the books. So it is very important to chant your rounds, 16 rounds, wake up early in the morning, do some morning program, read Srimad Bhagavatam based on your time, place, and circumstances. If you are a busy person, at least 10 minutes a day is also important. That 10 minutes can change the life of other person. Of course, it will change our life also. But what we read, we can discuss, or we can share that with the other person, that today I read this, and that might struck that person. He can accept Krishna consciousness. So reading is very important to prepare ourselves to go for a war. When we go for a war, we shield ourselves, we defend ourselves with a lot of things so nobody can kill us. Similarly, when soldier go for the war, he shield or defends himself. Similarly, we have to defend ourselves by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And the question comes, why we should go and preach? We got Krishna consciousness. We are happy chanting our rounds. We are happy doing our morning program. We are happy preparing bhoga for Krishna. We are happy eating prasadam, chanting prasadam prayers. We are happy chanting our Gayatri 3 times a day. Why we should go and preach? There is no need to preach. But no, we all should understand that we came to Krishna consciousness because someone has preached us. If Prabhupada has not preached us, we would have been in a very dangerous situation. Especially Indians. Indians has no idea what is devotional service. I'm sorry to say that Indians have no idea what is devotional service. They know devotion, they know service in two separate ways, but they don't know devotional service. Well, devotion means taking incense, taking a coconut. I seen myself doing this thing in exam times when I was in India. I go to a temple before exam. I pray to Lord Shiva because my family was Shaivite. Like, please give me enough strength I can get a good grades. And I give some donation. And when I come out, I do the same nonsense thing. Once exam, I get good grades. I forget Lord Shiva, everything. So this was my life. And I like service. I like helping people, not by the money ways because I was an Indian, but I like helping people. I like um, I was compassionate, but I was not in a devotional service. I was never even taught what is devotional service. But Prabhupada, when he came to America, in a very exemplary way, nobody can do him. Nobody can do what he did, and nobody can copy him. At the age of 67, a very old sadhu in Vrindavan was happy doing his own bhajan. He could be, he could have been happy, but he never stayed a happy life. Even when he was in Vrindavan and Delhi, and when he was preparing himself to preach the message of Krishna, he was struggling every second. He doesn't have to struggle. He could have stayed in one of the ashram of his god brother, chant his round and has gone back to Godhead. But that was not his mission. That was not his purpose. That was not his mood, because what his Guru Maharaj told him, go and preach the message. And nobody did this. Nobody did this. Everybody was trying to be comfortable in their own mathas. Every disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, we are not trying to point anyone, we are not trying to judge anyone, because they are equally important as our spiritual master. They are all our spiritual master God brothers. So they are also our spiritual master. But we have to bring out the facts. I'm a scientist. I have to bring out the facts. And the fact is, nobody tried to preach the message. And same could have been done by Srila Prabhupada. But he never accepted the comfortable life. When he was in Vrindavan, he was struggling to get a room for the rent. He doesn't have money to pay for the rent. He doesn't have clothes to wear. He got a room in Radha Damodar in Vrindavan where he can see Yamuna clearly. The best place in the whole world. Chant his round in the morning in front of Yamuna. Do the bhajans in the noontime, call the people to preach. He can give the lectures and discourses in the evening. He could have spent his life like that. And there is nothing, we can never question Srila Prabhupada, why did you didn't came to America? But he did. He did came to America in a very struggling way. But not only he struggled in America, he struggled in India also. I think it's more than American, more than America. America, it was very natural for him to struggle. It was very natural for him to struggle in America because he doesn't know anyone in America. Imagine Indian sadhu. Even today in India, the sadhus are given a respect. Still, he has to struggle hard. He doesn't have a penny to purchase the paper. He has to go to the houses, rich men houses, explain the whole thing, what he's doing, collect the donation. And then after collecting the donation, he has to go, he has to write Bhagavad Gita, he writes the manuscripts. And after taking his manuscript, well, I have to share all this thing because we need to know why we are doing what we are doing. I'm sorry to share all this thing because we need to know what has been done by a gentleman and what we should do to serve that gentleman. We don't know who is Krishna. We don't care who is Krishna, but we care who is Srila Prabhupada. Because that guy has done, that the saintly person has done the humongous work to save the entire world in a very painful way. At the age of 67, where we mostly retire, he was going through pain every single day to give Krishna consciousness to the people whom he even don't know. I can do good for my mom because I love my mom. I can do good for my daughter because I love my daughter. Why the heck I should do good for the neighbor? I don't know my neighbor. And why the heck I should do for the neighbor for the other world whom I don't know? He went to a completely different world to save every neighbor, every person over there. We need to know what he has gone through, and we need to know why we are doing this thing. So yeah, once he read the manuscript, he was having a donation to print the paper. To save that money, he was avoiding to take the horse ride called Tanga. He was avoiding rickshaws. He was walking. As much as he can walk, he was walking. And then when he tired, he take Tanga, a horse ride. Because horse ride can take penny and the rickshaw could take 2 or 3 rupees. So just to save that rupees for printing the papers, he was taking a horse ride. And then, this is not over here. When he go to the train station in Mathura to go to Delhi, because all the printing work was done in Delhi, he takes a third-class train. A third-class train with a dhoti, which was half torn, with the holes in the dhoti. He take a third-class train. And then in the third-class train, he still was writing his manuscripts. There is not even a place to stand in a third-class train. There is not even a place to put a single foot in a third-class train. And that old person was writing a manuscripts in the third-class train. It's so filthy. It's so smelly. Everyone is smoking over there. He tolerated. In India, he doesn't have to do that. Now the things are not over here. When he go to Delhi, he doesn't have a place to stay in the Delhi. By the end of the day, he has to come back to Vrindavan. So every second was important for him to Delhi. And then he walks to the proofreader, editor. And when he goes there, the proofreader and editor ask him, Swamiji, do you have a breakfast? And you know the answer Prabhupada was giving? Neither I have time, nor I have money. Neither I have a time, nor I have a money. Why? Why did he do that, all these things? Srila Prabhupada has not a time to eat anything and not have money, but he has the money to print books. He understood this donation is from the other purpose. So he avoid even eating prasadam from that money. So taking compassion on Prabhupada, that editor and proofreader gets some prasadam for Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada eat prasadam, and by the time when he eat prasadam, that guy was proofreading and editing the things. And he was asking for the money. Prabhupada, I've done this work for so many years for you, 2 or 3 years, but I need a money now. And Prabhupada said, don't worry, I'll get a money. But he was so much respecting Prabhupada, he was doing without money sometime. To the point that one time he has stopped doing proofreading and editing because Prabhupada has no money. The things are not over here. Once the proofreading and editing is done, he has to go to the binder and printer and bargain with them to get the things done at a cheap, good price, but high quality work. So he go there, hustle with those people, get it printed, get it proofread again, get it binded. And once it's binded, now what? Oh, Prabhupada has disciples who can go in the van with a nice air conditioner and heaters and tanks, water tanks, and they can distribute books for Prabhupada. No, it was not that. There was no vans. There was no disciples. It was only one person, Srila Prabhupada. He has to distribute his own books. To the extent one day was fainted in 110 degrees in Delhi for the sunstroke. To the extent one day a cow knocked him down. What level of compassion this guy has shown us. For what? Not for him. He was happy in Vrindavan once again. He was happy in Vrindavan. He doesn't have to gone through all this thing, and nobody has gone through all these things. Okay, things are over here maybe. No, things are not over here. His spiritual master ordered him to go to America. Neither he has passport, nor he has a visa, nor he has the money to get tickets. He struggled hard to a lady who owns a company called Skindia boat ship, a steamship. She has a transport company where the cargo ships goes to and fro from America to India. She hustled and struggled hard. For 3 days, he sat on the stairs to meet that lady. And then Mary saw that guy, the old guy sitting on the stair for 3 days. She called him, "What do you want, old man?" And he told, "I want to go to America." The first thing the lady told that, "You will die." Prabhupada said, "I don't care." Does anyone know America before 50 years? Now we have Indian grocery stores. Now we have Indian communities. Now we have someone to take care of us when we come to India, of America. Especially when we come towards Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, not in New York downtown. Sorry, guys. There is no one to take care of us when we enter New York downtown. Have anyone been to New York downtown? If not, just go at this time of this time of this period where everybody is still so much in their own life. Imagine before 50 years. We can read and we can try to understand all this thing, but we cannot understand what has gone through Prabhupada. How did he did all these things? It's unbelievable. He got a ticket for the cargo ship. Now we can think all is over now. No, things are not over now. He came to America in a very nice, comfortable way. No, not that way. He was in a cargo ship where a luggage is loaded. He got a small place to stay. And what he carried with him to America? A small suitcase with the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and one pair of dhoti and 40 rupees, which has no value in America. Practically, with $0, he mounted a ship with one pair of clothes in the winter time. New York winters. One pair of clothes. Suitcase full of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. No warm clothes for him. One umbrella in his hand. And he mounted the ship, not knowing what is going to come, what the troubles are waiting for him. He was not knowing that he's entering in the mouth of a tiger or a crocodile or alligator. He did it bravely. 67-year-old man. He mounted a ship and he was in the room where nobody even likes to stay there. 40 days, Atlantic Ocean. The waves are so high in the middle of ocean. Even the big poles and trees can sink down. Huge waves. Motion sickness, seasickness, vomiting, 2 heart attacks. 2 heart attacks in 40 days of journey. He was completely in a situation where nobody can stay alive. I've been to Corpus Christi before, and usually when I go to Corpus Christi, I park my van right on the Ocean Drive in the night times because I like that place and I take rest over there. The moment I go out and sit on the Ocean Drive, after some time I feel like dizziness, vomiting, and like in a few minutes, and a filthy smells comes up, and I feel that, oh, I'm just sitting for 5 minutes on the bay or here on the Ocean Drive, and I'm feeling this. Imagining myself in the middle of the Gulf over there, and imagining myself in the middle of the ocean over there, imagining Srila Prabhupada in the middle of the ocean over there for 40 days. We read all these things. Have you ever tried to understand what is the depth of the statements? 40 days. 2 heart attacks. He cannot even share to anyone. There was no disciple over there. Oh, my disciple, I'm going through a heartache. Please help me. Nobody else there to listen to him. He was a cargo ship. He sold a Bhagavatam set to a Captain Pandey, who was the captain of the ship. He did a book distribution. He did the book distribution in the ship also. He never stopped distributing books anywhere. In the middle of the ocean, he distributed books. With no facilities, with no van, with no ashram, with no temple, with no deities, with no community, with no nothing. Yeah, he sold the set to Mr. Pandey. He was on a Janmashtami day. He was in the ocean. Who would like to stay in the ocean on Janmashtami day with the 2 heart attacks? Why the heck I should stay? We have deities. We want to do Abhishek. We have a celebration. We have prasadam. Everything is there. Why should I go in the middle of ocean? Who cares for that? That guy took all this hard work and labor so that he can go to America. And I think everything is over now. He would be happy when he come to America. No, the things doesn't end over here. After 40 days, when he got down to the port of Boston, he doesn't know whether he has to go right. He doesn't know whether he has to go left. There was no one to pick him up. There was no disciple to put the garland on Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There was no one over there. There's only one and only one person, Srila Prabhupada, and there was no one who knows even who is this old guy. Everyone was looking at him in a very despicable way because he was an old sadhu with an old shirt, an old kurta, and old dhoti that's also torn off. Nobody was even liking him. He doesn't know English, so he can ask where to go. He has 2 heart attacks. Let me go to doctor first, check my heart, and then I can preach. Srila Prabhupada has no time for that, no money for that, no manpower for that. to go to any doctor. He suffered 2 heart attacks. He tolerated it. He drank that poison like Lord Shiva and keep it on the neck. He doesn't allow to swallow it down to this belly so that everyone can have the Krishna consciousness. Then he struggled hard in Pennsylvania. He struggled hard. He found that he could not preach well in Pennsylvania, Butler. So he made a deliberate move to New York that I can't stay here. It's enough for me to staying here. Let me go to New York. Let me go to New York so I can preach. Can you imagine? Vrindavan was easy for him. He left Vrindavan. Cargo ship was, he passed the cargo ship. He passed the test. He went to Butler. He passed that test. Still, it was not easy for him. He said, no, this is too calm. The environment is too calm over here. I want to go to the middle of the city, a middle of the hell, New York, downtown, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queen Street. We have Rama Rai Prabhu, His Grace Rama Rai Prabhu. Every single day that people are going out to give Krishna to the people over there in the middle of New York City. New York City is not a good place, guys. Every 5 seconds, you'll find a prostitute over there. Every 5 seconds, you'll find the gambling over there. Every 5 seconds, you'll find the meat-eating shop over there. Every 5 seconds, you see the drinking wine shop over there. All the 4 eggs are broken everywhere in America. But the most highly elevated place is in New York downtown. He went there. 66. Where are you going to stay? Started staying in a Bowery full of gamblers, druggists, prostitutes, rats, mice. Sometimes Prabhupada has to walk on the people who are lying on the ground, completely drugged up. Sometimes when Prabhupada opened the door, the guy was lying outside his door, completely drugged up. And he was trying to start International Society of Krishna Consciousness in Bowery. That was a man, a brave man. To the extent he decided everything, and this guy was staying with Prabhupada. He started one night come to beat Prabhupada. He just want to kill. One said, Mummy, he wants to kill Prabhupada. Prabhupada ran out of the door and he was homeless. He was homeless in the winter of New York. Where to go now? He was homeless in Delhi. He was homeless in New York. It's winter. When he saw the snow for the first time, he saw that someone has put the white blanket on the street. He was walking in the wintry weather of New York with a single coat and dhoti. Can you imagine? It could be negative 10 degrees. And then he found Eva and Carl and Mike, Mukunda Maharaj. They found a matchless gift for him. And he started dreaming, I will start International Society of Krishna Consciousness over there. And the relator who helped him to get this, his name was Carl maybe. He helped him to get this matchless gift shop, or he called front, it's called a storefront. He decided to make him the first trustee of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Look at his vision. He was failing every single step. More he was failing, more he was planning more ahead. There was no success for him. Well, for us, the simple math work for everyone is like this. If we success, then we can plan more ahead, what to do more. But if we keep failing, how can we think of ahead? But he was thinking ahead and ahead. To the point he started Krishna consciousness. He started getting disciples. He started getting followers. He started getting money. He started getting every single thing, temples, everything. Now, Prabhupada, it's time to rest. Things are over here. No, things are not over here. He was working much harder than before. He could have rested for a few minutes, few seconds after establishing all these big empires everywhere. But the enlightening thing is that after establishing all the empires, he was working 10 times harder than before. He trained his disciple to preach. He trained his disciple to distribute books. He trained his disciple to do the Harinam Sankirtan. This is Harinam Sankirtan movement. This is Harinam Sankirtan movement. More you give Krishna to the people, more Krishna will come to us. Yesterday, I saw a lecture, a short clip from Kandamakhananda Maharaj. It was such a blissful clip. He was saying that this is a storehouse of gems. More you distribute gems, more sweetness you will feel. And more sweetness you will feel, more you give to the people. More you give to the people, more sweetness. So it's a sweetness process. And to experience the sweetness, the pain of the sweetness, what Prabhupada experienced it for his entire life, he never rested. To the last second when he was leaving this earth planet, he could have said that now is the time to rest. And I hope that was the time he could have relaxed. Did he relax at that time? He worked 100 times more than he was healthy and active. He was having trouble taking one breath, but he was still translating a 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He left the world being on the battlefield. He left the world being on the battlefield. He left the world being on the battlefield. My Guru Maharaj says one thing. If the person has two hands and two legs, there is no reason not to preach. Now, we all can decide what we want to do. I just dictated a small story and never gone in depth what was the suffering of Srila Prabhupada, because it takes millions of years to describe these sufferings. If anyone wants to understand what Prabhupada has gone through, should read Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. They will understand, they will cry. Every page there's a crying over there. Every page there's a crying over there. A person who never know how to rest. A person whose only cause of living is to spread the Krishna consciousness. A person whose only cause of living is his Guru Maharaj's instruction. And that is a reason we should all preach. That is a reason we should all preach, because we have joined the society where our commander has taught us how to be in the middle of the battlefield, in the middle of New York town, middle of the Austin downtown, or maybe middle of the Dallas downtown, middle of Chicago downtown, and spread the message. Doesn't matter books goes out or not. What matters, are we trying? And if we're not trying, what is the reason we're not trying? Yes, difficulties will be there. Challenges will be there. Struggles will be there. But hey, struggles are everywhere. Even if you're working for an IT company or pharma company or Walmart and pharmacy, there is struggle over there for sure. Why not we take struggle for Srila Prabhupada? If you're worried the struggle, Prabhupada will not take care of us, Lord Krishna will not take care of us, Bhagavan Narad will shed more light on that. How he's been well taken care of. From last 20 years, 15 years, probably. He has never worked outside for anyone. His goal is preaching. And his heart is preaching. He's suffering if he's not preaching. I've seen his heart. He's striving hard to maintain the society in San Antonio. He's striving hard to maintain the society in St. Marcus. He's starting something in St. Marcus. We went to book distribution in St. Marcus. I was busy distributing books, and his goal was, he was intensely praying Krishna to get one soul who can help him to start the society over there. And we found it, one Nepali boy. So I'm not glorifying anyone. Of course, Our goal is to help Srila. We are nothing. We are no one to help Srila Prabhupada. But our goal is to be a fighter for Srila Prabhupada. Struggles will be there. Challenge will be there. We are happy to accept challenges. And previously, I was doing like intensely. Now I can only do 3 or 4 days a week because of my family situation. Well, everyone has responsibility. We're not saying to stop the responsibility and go out on books, but whatever time we got, we can, whatever time we have in any day in a week, at least few hours, 1 or 2, even 5 minutes, even 10 minutes, 15 minutes will count. One book gone will help that person, especially Laredo, Brownsville, those areas are completely Edinburgh, McLean. Those are the valley areas are completely, nobody knows those areas. We have to take the tons of books full of the van and just throw the books on the people. Boom, 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 boom. So that Manushyanam Sahasreshu, the ratio is very less. Krishna says, out of thousands of people, some will try to understand me. Out of those who try to understand me, hardly anyone will understand me in truth. So its ratio is given that nobody will understand Krishna. Nobody will understand Krishna. That's fine. But Srila Prabhupada has given a very important thing that even the person who touches the book will get human life. But Krishna is not so merciful. But Srila Prabhupada has given the opportunity to everyone, has given opportunity to everyone to be a human, to get a human form so they can keep understanding Krishna in his next life. And once Krishna consciousness started, it is going on and on. We never stop. So once the person touches the book, his human life is guaranteed. Next life, you'll meet a devotee, you'll eat prasadam. Next life, it is a gradual process. It is a gradual process. So we have to be compassionate and have a faith on the process what Srila Prabhupada has given us. And be merciful like Srila Prabhupada. Krishna has given the ratio that nobody will be a devotee. But Srila Prabhupada say, oh, is it so? I will make them your devotee. And Prabhupada told that my books will go out. If you will not do, someone else will do. Someone else will get credit. But my books will ever go out. Ever. And it's going out. No problem, no questions. Thank you, Prabhu. I can go on and on for Srila Prabhupada, but I need to stop.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? Or would anybody like to share anything this week as far as distributing books? We've always got good stories. I have one good story, but I can wait. If anybody has anything they'd like to share. Did you meet anybody recently? Did you have an experience? Do you have any questions or comments for this amazing talk? It was very powerful. I really appreciate it and relished it. It's always good, especially, hearing how Prabhupada was walking to go get some paperwork done, and then he gets pierced by this bullhorn. He's an older man in his elderly age, and this was in India before coming here. There's so many different pastimes. So Prabhupada Leelamrita is a good place to start. But does anybody have anything they'd like to share before we end the call? Going once, twice. Anybody? Anything?
Pratit Pawan, you want to share something?
We have devotees from Houston, Baton Rouge.
Oh, Baton Rouge is there. Oh, Prabhu ji, आप कुछ share करोगे? धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavad
Dhanyavad
Pranam.
pranam, all this Prabhupada.
I
We have
offer my
very senior
respect for
devotee. We have very senior devotee over here
obeisances,
from Baton
all
Rouge.
the assembled devotees. How are you, Prabhu?
Prabhu, thank you for coming to our lecture. Thank you for blessing us.
Yeah, I have been missing your program because I was in India 2 months and I was visiting different part of the India and Bangladesh also.
Yeah.
So when you gonna come in Baton Rouge at LSU University?
Prabhu, this time is over. This year is over. Next year, I already talked with you. Remember when
Yes.
I came at
phone kiya tha.
thanks for coming to. Can you share some points from your side, Prabhu, to enlighten us, Prabhu, please?
Share, I need your blessings. We are going university, distribute books every week and doing program at LSU University, Bhakti Yoga Club. And Sunday program also going on every Sunday.
Sharbat Tarak Prabhu is starting a temple over there probably sooner. He's working in a collaboration with the Houston Temple. So we'll be getting a sooner ISKCON Baton Rouge.
No, Prabhu, what happened? Actually, I can share, but though it is not subject matter of your book distribution, but I can share.
Yes, Prabhu.
I I signed for take the land, but I also applied to the city to change the zone to the commercial zone, because the lot is residential zone.
Yes, Prabhu.
But we had a hearing on 18th of March,
Hmm.
I think, 10 days ago. And out of 11 council, 9 was our side. Nine of them were supporting us and no opposition.
Yes, Prabhu.
But one political leader, actually he objected. Therefore, we couldn't pass the zone. It was very good meeting because Jogendra Prabhu presented on behalf of me, and I also present also Dr. Madan Kundu and other American devotees also. 5, 6 devotees also, supporting our program. What is the benefit of the society? So how the students will get benefits, and we have been doing selfless service last 4 years. We have a Bhakti Yoga collapse, all description we gave. But
Yeah.
still one political leader, due his, arrogant nature, I couldn't get. Now they are giving us conditional use permit.
Whatever.
But it is very difficult to go through all the conditional use permit. You have to submit the all plan, and you need 3 licensed architect. One is landscaper, one is licensed engineer, or one is planner.
Ah,
And I had a meeting also this contractor, but it
ah.
need $20,000 extra. So therefore, right now in middle of the situation, I don't know we should proceed or not.
Prabhu, I would like to share one thing.
Please.
Your trying is amazing, and I just want to share that for opening one temple, we have so much of trouble, Prabhu. And Srila Prabhupada has opened 108 temples. How much trouble you have faced in the life,
Yes.
Prabhu? And what you're doing is a success, Prabhu. And Prabhupada, I'm very small compared to you, but you're trying is a success, Prabhu, to open the temple with so much. When you try to spread Krishna consciousness, you can share. There is so much of trouble. People were so much of envious.
Yes.
And you're fighting against those people and trying to build temples. That is Prabhupada is seeing it, Prabhu, and that is a glorious service what you are doing over there.
No problem, not me. Everybody with me, couple of people are with me, and yeah, actually, I don't feel disappointed because if though it is failure, but still I am doing for Prabhupada, doing for Krishna. All the time I am engaging my mind, and I'm getting very good support. Might be not this time, but I am making that connection, that network, at least 10, 15 people.
Yeah.
I will not lose them, they will be with me once we have, this thing will come.
Yes.
And let's see, I'll talk to sometimes Bhagavan Narada Prabhu because he is also facing a lot of, these legal things.
Yes.
But right now I got experience, getting connection, like experience with the planning commission, city, councilman, local, neighborhood. So
Yeah.
all the experience right now I have, even devotees, who are not who are cooperating or not cooperating.
Yes.
So legally, I have some experience how to open center.
Yes.
But still, I will not give up. Give your blessings so I can have that encouragement.
Our sincere prayers,
Encouraged.
Prabhu. Sincere prayers.
Thank you. That was inspiring.
Yes.
We hope to visit sometime soon. If anybody's in the Baton Rouge area, please feel free to stop by. We have a nice program there by Sarvatar Prabhu and his family. His whole family, his daughters, his wife, everybody's engaged in helping the local community there. So, anybody else? Maybe we can do one more. If not, no problem. I can share something if nobody has anything. I think there was one voice. Nardi, was that you? I don't know who it was. If not,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much for the class. It was so empowering and powerful. And I was thinking how sometimes me directly, I don't get to go out very much, but just the fact that I get to support somehow, I get to cook for the devotees that are going out, I get to try to support in some way. And just that perspective of although I'm not physically out there, we can all have that space where we're thinking about how we can support the Sankirtan movement.
Yes. Yes. And I don't agree with your statement that you guys are not supporting, not doing direct service. I think the amount of service we both are doing, and I have to be biased over here, although Jagannath is a very good friend, but you're working, you're cooking. I seen your life, Mataji. And Bhagwan Narad always discuss your life with me, how you do this. And sometimes I say that, who are you? Who you guys are? How can you handle all this thing? Always baking and cooking and feeding the devotees, cleaning, organizing events with no expectation, with no income. It's only you both can do it. I can't do that. What you guys are doing over there. It's unbelievable. So I think you're doing the very direct service to Srila Prabhupada. And I'm not flattering you. I'm not trying to brag. I'm being very honest with my life, and I try to be very honest with what I see and what I observe, and what I observe being with you guys when I come there. You never allow me to go hungry. You always feed me so nicely, and nicely means very nicely. Bread and pizzas, and we had a nice party last time. And I have never seen you guys easy going. You're always something going on, bake sale or this.
Mm.
And Krishna has empowered both of you, especially you, Mataji, that you can handle both this job and this thing. And of course, Bhagwan Narad is a very good support for you because of who you both are such an amazing team that um, this has been observed and recognized by Srila Prabhupada, and it's not going to go in vain. I know it's challenging. Sometimes Bhagwan Narad get really frustrated that my wife has to do so many things and this, and there is no response from the people. But we are not I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a preacher over here, because I'm also expecting results sometime, that a result should come. But I'm proud of both of you, what you're doing over there. And I think Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj is also proud of you. An entire devotees community are proud of you, what you're doing over there. It's not easy over there, with no results, practically.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Things have been going really nicely this year. In the past year since we've been here, before it was super intense, but now we have a nice little thing going, community going. We actually have a bake sale today. I have one quick story, I guess, before we can wrap it up. But thank you for those kind words. Yesterday, I was on book distribution at UTSA, and Thursday I was on book distribution at UTSA, and I saw some students across from my table, and they had this whole film crew there, and they had these big fancy cameras. They had this big light reflector thing. It looked very professional, and the guys were dressed in all black shooting. They had these, I mean, it looked like super expensive equipment, and I thought, this probably isn't students. And it caught my eye, but I was stuck at my table, and I actually had to do some stuff on my laptop while I was distributing books. And then they started setting up, and they had two students at a table where they were recording them, and then they went around. And I wanted to kind of go peek, but I was just stuck to my table, and students were coming up. I realized that simple, intelligent, humble people tend to come up. If they're too proud, then this is my realization. It's very difficult sometimes, for that kind of mentality to come through and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I was just waiting, and then later on the next day, I found out there was a big movie star on campus. His name's John Leguizamo. He's kind of big. He's from the 90s, but he's very big, multi-millionaire. And I immediately thought, like, oh, my guru, he's been giving classes. He says the people that are the wealthiest and the most famous, those are the ones that are suffering the most, and we have to help them. And I thought this too. I said, I wish I could have given him a book. And then I was thinking, why didn't I go over there? And then Jaden, one of our students, he says, yeah, he was standing right by me when I was talking to my friend over there. I saw him. I didn't know he was famous because he was shooting some television show at the campus. And then I thought, well, this could have been an opportunity for him to get the book. And then I thought, well, Krishna's this facilitator. He didn't qualify for some reason or another. He got the mercy by just being in the vicinity of the book. So close, but so far, my wife said. And I thought, okay, let's say if I knew he was over there and I walked all the way across where he was, just on the opposite side of the garden, then maybe those two students that came during a certain time wouldn't have gotten the book. And it was pretty nice to see with Equal Vision, like, wow, these two 17, 18-year-old students have no fame, no money, but they have more qualification and wealth spiritually to take these books than this super famous, he's worth 50 million, $70 million actor who's been famous for 30, 40 years, and I thought, okay, I feel content. My heart is content. It's not always about going after the big famous person, but I was really analyzing the situation, and I thought Krishna's just impartial to everyone. Whoever's sincere and whoever has a desire, they're qualified. So there's a tendency for us to say, oh, fame, rich, we should go after that person, and we should take the picture with them that shows that we gave them the book, and look how proud we are. But immediately I thought, well, if I would have left these two very nice students, because I had a couple right when that was going on, I had about 2 or 3 students, two I can really remember, very sweet, very interested. Maybe they wouldn't have taken the book if I wouldn't have been at my table. So just to put into proper perspective is that we have to kind of see things with a spiritual vision, equal vision. We can't be too bombarded by the material energy in the form of somebody famous or wealthy or anything like that. So that was one realization I had on book distribution. That's why it's so important to go out. Like you said, it's not about the numbers. It's about the experience and the purification. You get some deep realizations, and then we can share that with others. So I guess I'll end there, but that was a really nice, enlivening experience. It's not every day you get these big famous people in San Antonio, more or less right in front of your book table. So I thought it was a pretty interesting thing that Krishna allowed me to experience.
Well, thank you for sharing.
We'll end here. It's 10:08, 1:08. It's a good auspicious time.
Ms. Shashi or Sudevi or anyone want to speak something?
Sure. Anybody else have anything?
Petalana Mata or maybe Patita? Speak something, Patit.
Prabhu,
Lana.
okay. Prabhu, I just wanted to express my gratitude. Please accept my humble obeisances. Your speech is very inspirational. Here in Laredo, we don't have any Krishna consciousness. We are very beginners. But by the mercy of Vaishnavas, we were allowed to touch the book, and we were allowed to now even have a little deities in our houses here, me and Shashi. So I feel very grateful. I want to express again my gratitude and tell you Hare Krishna, and it's a pleasure to be in the same call with people like you, Prabhus. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that you have a deities in your house. Once I was in Laredo doing books in the Walmart. I think it's a very good place. And funny thing, it was probably 2019. And the guy was backing up, and I gave him a book. And he was like in a very crying mood. And that, why are you crying? And that, are you giving this book to me? Yeah, I'm giving to you, but what happened? Why are you like crying? He told me that I'm dying in a few months. I said, what happened? I have colon cancer, 4th stage. And doctor told I only a few months left. And I was not knowing why did I went to Laredo that day, but I went over there and I found a person who was looking for the books. So you're not a beginner, Mataji. You and Shashi Mataji are very elevated soul. And Prabhupada told that whatever we learn, we have to share with other people. So now that whatever you learn, if you can go out for half an hour, once a week probably, which we can do, everybody can do it maybe. And let's give that Bhagavad Gita to someone who is waiting for you, Mataji. There are people who are waiting for you in Laredo. So thank you for being in Laredo, and we can make a sincere effort to have a ISKCON Laredo in future probably. And Bhagwan Narad is there to establish over there. So you just go out and distribute books. Thank you, Mother Sashi, and thank you, Mother Svetalana Mataji. Sudev Mataji, want to speak something?
I mean, I'm just really grateful to be on the call and become more inspired. Thank you.
Thank you for being on the call. I'm not a fluent speaker. I don't know how to speak too much, but anyways, I only understand one thing. The reason I'm in Krishna consciousness is because Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. They are struggling hard at the age of 70, 80s, and 90s. Jayapataka Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, he can't even walk even. Guru Prasad Swami, they are like 70, 70, 80, 75, 70, 80 years old, and they don't have any energy left, but still they're doing it. Look at the Jayapataka Maharaj, how he's doing it. Oh my God. He has nothing left in his body. He's completely in a spiritual platform. Materially, his body is gone. But still he's coming to America. He's not in a position to sit in the plane. He needs his own private jet, honestly, to go to the toilet, to go to the bathroom, to change his clothes. And he can get his own private jet, but he's not getting it. Disciples can get his own jet. If nobody knows Jayapataka Maharaj, you can Google it. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. He will cry, literally cry. So that's the reason I'm doing this, because we have a lot of debt on our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. A lot of debt. And I'm doing it because results are coming. There is not a single day which a book has not gone out. So I'm happy. And Prabhupada told it's coming true. Well, I took a lot of time. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Sarvadar Prabhu. Thank you, Patit Pawan Prabhu. Thank you, Bhagwan Narada. Thank you, Narada Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. We'll see you all at the end of next month. Last Saturday of every month at 9 a.m. And I have recorded.
Go on. Sorry.
No, go for it, please.
Sorry for that. Go on.
No. Jai, Hare Krishna. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you.